Welcome guys, I am Ogumanjo Ayokunle Emmanuel. If today is your first time on my YouTube channel, I want to say welcome to this YouTube channel. Do also subscribe, turn on the notification bell so that you can get new video updates like this. And if you are a returning subscriber, I want to say thank you for your love and support and your commitment towards this channel. So in today's video, we'll be looking at the part 2 of the possible challenge you might face as a screen printer, especially as a newbie. So let's go. All right, the first thing I would like to talk about is the coating of mesh. Yes, of course. All right. Someone commented and asked me if she's using an hand dryer to dry our mesh, you know, how long does she have to do that? All right. My advice is this: if especially if you are a newbie, if you are just starting screen printing, I would implore you not to try to fast track your exposure. Once you coat your mesh, allow it to dry by itself. Thank God for this weather we have. When you coat your mesh in less than 30 minutes or 30 minutes at max, it will be dry and then you can go ahead with your exposure. All right. So, but if you still want to fast track your exposure and you want to use your hand dryer, now beware that hand dryer has two speed basically. One is just fan, and the other one has when it's blowing, it has it blowing, to dry. Yeah, you understand. So once you are using your hand dryer on your um mesh that you've coated, right? Don't use the part that has it that is blowing it. Just stay with the part that is blowing just air, just the fan. You understand? Now the reason for this is if you use the part that has it, the heat is actually going to burn your emotion on your mesh and you might not be able to expose your mesh on the long run. So to be on the safer side, just try to use the fan. Now, for example, if a hand dryer has two speed, maybe speed one, speed two. Now, speed one is expected to just be fan and speed two is expected to be the one with heat. So just use the speed one to dry up your mesh. So you just take it around your mesh until you are sure that the emulsion has dried on your mesh. Then you can go ahead with your exposure. All right. So that being said, another thing I would like to talk about is after exposing your mesh, I'm going to attach a video to this video of one of my subscribers that tried, screen printing after coming across my video, and he tried and I observed some things. He actually told me, he complained about some things to me, and I see what um the outcome look like. Yes, it is impressing, at least it is very impressing, but then there is still something that can be done better. Now, another thing you have to do after you might have exposed your mesh is this. Ensure that you check your mesh thoroughly after exposure. I mean, this is when your mesh might have dried. After you have exposed and it has dried, ensure you check thoroughly to avoid stain on your surface or whatever surface you are printing on, be it linen, be it bag or something. Now, see this video.
Alright, so guys, if you can look at this video very well, you can see that there are some stain around about the right hub. Now this is caused by mesh leakage. Mesh leakage occurs during your exposure, especially when your emulsion is not so strong. So as you are putting water, it weakens the emulsion, and then with time the emulsion begins to break. So if you are not fast enough, if you don't get your timing right, so there's possibility that some part um of your coated mesh gets peeled, and then it give a stain like this.
So as you can see on that video, you can see the stain all over the right of on the bag. Now to avoid this is what you are going to do. Now, after coating your mesh, you are going to examine your mesh thoroughly like this. Now, this is my own mesh. Sorry, I'm using this mesh again as an example. Now, if you should look closely on my mesh, look at something like this. You can see, I'm trying to look for another spot. I think I have others like this. Yeah, I don't know, but if you can't see this, I believe you can all see this. You can all see this well. Yes. Now, why is this here? After exposing my mesh, I see that my emotion has got weak. So, and this part has peel off and it is not part of my design. So I have to block it with emotion again. Do you understand? So after you might have exposed your mesh, you have to check your mesh, check the design on it, and see that it is exactly what you want to print out. So in case you have some loophole, some small hole that is not part of your design, you are still seeing it. You have to just block it. Now, this is what you are going to do. So this is what we are going to do. You get your emotion like this. I'm opening it. Just drop a little on the side of your mesh like this. Just a little. You understand? You drop a little. Then get any flat substance. I believe you can see my sorry. You can see what I drop now. So you just take it like this. Now, let's say for example, I don't want this S to come out. Let's say this S is just a spot I detect that it is exposed, like it has peeled off due to the weakness of the emotion, and I don't want it to be on my artwork or on my printing when I'm printing. So you just get your emotion like this and use it to block it like this. So that's settle it. You see, so this is what happened here. I can see because this place has actually weakened up during exposure. So it's pure and it's not part of my design, so I have to block it. So this is exactly what happened. So once you have exposed your mesh, you have to examine your mesh. Examine that there is no loophole. If there is loophole, just take your emotion and cover it up. Just like this, just cover it, and be careful so that you do not cover the part of your design that you want to print. Do you understand? So you just cover it up, and that is it. So this will help you to prevent what you see in the video you saw earlier. All right, I think that will be all for today. And if you still have any further questions, do well to ask in the comment section, and I will be here again to answer your question. Thank you. See you in the next video.